guys, this is Rachel from Cypress Textiles, and today we're going to be making the Exoplanet motif from the 2022 Vibrant Vintage Crochet Along. And I'm going to be using some Shapekia's Katona Mini to make this, but this one is with stone washed. All right, so let's get started. All right, so I'm just going to start with my usual. And you can make however you would prefer your center ring to be, but I like to do slip knot and chain 3 and slip stitch in the 3rd chain from the hook, like so. And then I'm gonna make 6 single crochet right into this center ring. So just go ahead and start with your first single crochet and then just fit 5 more in there, and don't chain up or anything, just go straight into your stitches. So I'm gonna go ahead and make 6. Okay, so here's my tiny little center, and I did go ahead and slip stitch into the first single crochet of the round. So then I'm just gonna pull this tail really tightly so that it closes the center hole, because I did work over that tail when I was making the 6 single crochet. And when I weave this tail in, I'm gonna go around and around and around here. I just don't like to have a little gap in the center. I like it to be totally closed. So that's up to you on that. And now I'm going to start in the next stitch, not the same stitch as the slip stitch, but the next stitch. And just go straight in with a beginning 3 treble popcorn, I guess you would call it. So it's going to be 3 treble popcorns on this round. So we're going to start with a beginning 3 treble popcorn. So we'll go straight into the next stitch with a single crochet and then chain 2. All right, and then make 2 more trebles in the same stitch. And then just remove the loop from the hook and insert the hook front to back through the beginning treble. Grab the loop and pull it through to the front. That way you close your popcorn. So it kind of looks, the first one kind of looks a little wonky, but trust me, once it's with the rest of them, you will not be able to tell. So then I'm going to chain 2, and now I'm going to make a regular 3 treble popcorn in the same stitch. So just make 3 trebles in the same stitch, 2, and then 1 more, and then just remove the loop from your hook and insert the hook front to back through that first treble of the 3. Grab your loop and pull it through to the front to close your popcorn. And these are going to look like little petals once we're finished. So chain 2, and in the next stitch, and basically this is going to be your repeat, you're going to chain 2 here and then just make 3 treble popcorn, chain 2, 3 treble popcorn, chain 2 in every stitch around. And you're going to end up with 12 3 treble popcorns and 12 chain spaces. Okay, so here is how the round looks when it's finished. And all I have to do is join into the first 3 treble popcorn. So I'm gonna go straight into the chain, the very top chain of the beginning treble from the first stitch there, and then just make my slip stitch in there. All right, so now we're ready for the next round. So I'm gonna start with a beginning double crochet in this first chain space. So just go straight into a single crochet, chain 1, and then I'm gonna make 3 more double crochet in the same space. All right, and then just going all the way around in the remaining 11 spaces, I'm gonna make 4 double crochet. And then just slip stitch in that beginning DC and you are all set. All right, here's how it starts looking, and I'll show you how it looks when it's finished. Okay, here is the round finished. I did go ahead and slip stitch into the chain of the beginning DC, And now I'm ready to start round 4. So in the next stitch, I'm going to make a single crochet. Okay, in the next stitch, not the joining stitch. And I'm going to chain 3. And let me just double check, and it is actually 4. So sorry there, it's chain 4. All right, so single crochet in the next stitch and then chain 4 and single crochet in the next stitch. All right, so now you have this little loop. Now chain 2, skip 2 and single crochet. And that's just going to be our repeat. So after you single crochet, just chain 4 again, single crochet in the next stitch, chain 2, skip 2, single crochet, and so on. All right, so this is how it starts to look, and I'll show you how it looks when the round is complete. Okay, so far I'm just almost finished with the round. I would be right about to make the final chain 2 and then join, but I'm going to join a little differently, and I wanted to show you. So I have 12 of these chain 4 loops, and I have 11 of these chain 2 spaces because for the very 12th chain 2 space, I'm actually going to make a half double crochet into this first single crochet of the round. So this is a little trick because I want to end up at the beginning of this chain 2 space, and if I make a chain 2 and then join right here in the first single crochet, I'm going to be at the beginning of the chain 4 space, and that's not what I want. So I'm going to make a half double crochet in the first single of the round, just like this, and that way it kind of takes the place of a chain 2 space, but I'm at the beginning of it instead of at the end of it, and so I can work into this space as if this were a chain 2 that I'm starting in. So for the next round, I'm going to start with a single crochet in this so-called chain 2 space. So how that works is I'm at the beginning, you can see, of a half double right here. So I'm just going to go straight into the space with a single crochet, working around the half double, treating it like a chain space. All right, and that's how you end up making your stitch right in the middle of that chain 2 space, which was just your half double crochet. Okay, so this next round is pretty easy. All we're gonna do is just chain 2, single crochet in the next chain space, chain 2, single crochet in the next chain space. So you're just going up and down all these chain 4 spaces here and just chain 2 single, chain 2 single, all the way around. Okay, so that's how it looks there. I'll show you how it looks when I'm all done with it. Okay, and here's how the round looks when it's finished. I made my slip stitch in the first single crochet of the round, and I'm ready to start on the next round. So I'm going to work directly into the same stitch as the slip stitch finish. So I'm going to work into the stitch of the join with a beginning 2DC cluster. So just start right away with a single crochet, chain 1, and make a double crochet in the same stitch. And together that makes your first 2DC cluster of the round. And now you will just chain 2 and a single crochet in the next stitch, the next single crochet, chain 2, and now you're going to make a 2 treble cluster, chain 2, 2 treble cluster, and this is going to be like your corner. So you just yarn over twice, insert your hook in this stitch and draw up a loop, pull the yarn through 2 loops twice, and then do that again, yarn over twice, insert your hook, draw the yarn through 2 loops on the hook twice, and now you have 3 loops here. Just draw the yarn through all 3, and there's your 2 treble cluster. Chain 2 and make another 2 treble cluster in the same stitch. All right, and then we're going to chain 2, and single crochet in the next single, chain 2, and 2DC cluster in the next single. Okay, so here's how we're starting to form the hexagon now. So we had a circle before, and now we're going to start forming the hexagon. Chain 2, single crochet in the next single, chain 2, oops, and make my corner, 2 treble cluster, chain 2, 2 treble cluster in the same stitch, chain 2, and we're well into repeats here, but I just wanted to show you how each side is going to look. Okay, so I'm going to show you this here, and you can kind of see where your stitches go, and then I'll show you how the round looks when it's complete. All right, so you can see how the round turns out and how the 2 treble cluster, chain 2, 2 treble cluster makes your corners of your hexagon. So I'm just almost finished with the round. I just need to join it, and I just wanted to show you how I join into a 2 treble cluster. I'm sorry, into a 2 DC cluster, 2 double. All right, so this one here is the single crochet, chain 1, double crochet of the 2 DC cluster. So I'm going to put the hook into these front 2 loops of that first full DC, and that's where I'm going to make my slip stitch. Okay, so that is what makes it look like all the rest of the 2 DC clusters. Okay, so we only have one more round on this motif, so I'm just going to show you how to get started on that, and then I'll show you my completed one so you can kind of see. So how I'm going to make this this final round of single crochet is just by starting with 2 single crochet in the first chain space and 1 in the single crochet that's right there, 2 in the next chain space. This is all single crochet. This is the final round. All right, and then 3 in the next chain space. Okay, now across here, we're gonna make 2 singles, single crochet, 2, 1, 2, 1, and 2. So let's get started with that. So we've got 2, 1 in the single, 2 in the chain space, 1 in the 2 DC cluster, and then 2 in the chain space, 1 in the single crochet, 2 in the chain space, and then we're back to the corner with 3 single crochet. And I'm going to finish that 3 single crochet to show you how the side looks. So when you finish the round, you're going to have 84 single crochet. All right, and I will show you the ones that I have completed. So here's how it looks. Once you get that last round on there, it really tightens everything up and finishes off the motif nicely. So we've got the Exoplanet motif from the 2022 VVCAL, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you on the next one. Bye guys.